Manchester United is constantly mocked for their awful transfer record, but why? I'm going to explain three simple possible explanations for why they can't ever seem to get a good deal. Reason one, the badge. Manchester United is often regarded as one of the biggest clubs in the world, despite only coming eighth in their last campaign. So, why do they have this attached to their badge? Well, if you go back in time to the 1990s, Manchester United were regarded as the best team in the world. This feat was often credited to their manager, Sir Alex Ferguson. In 1999, Manchester United did the impossible. They won 3 trophies in season, being the first English club to do so and the only other team in England to that since, was Manchester City in 2023. However, in 2013, after 26 years, Sir Alex Ferguson retired. That season was the last time they won the league. This reputation was glued to their badge, resulting in every club charging more for players when United came knocking, meaning the majority of their players were overpriced. For example, Antony. He was bought for 108 million euros, but is now worth a small sum of 25 million euros, which bring us on to reason 2, development. Players like Antony were young, bright, talents being slowly developed into top stars. However, in multiple cases, when they join Manchester United, they simply flop. There are 2 theories for this. 1, the price tag. When you are signed for an incredible amount of money, it puts a lot of pressure on a player, especially young players who haven't got experience yet, resulting in a decrease in form. Theory 2, coaches. The answer might just be as simple as the coaches aren't good enough for the standard of the club. Take Newcastle since their takeover and the introduction of Eddie Howe. They have developed so many players deemed to be useless into Champions League players. For example, Jamal Lascelles. He was a box standard skipper in the championship for Newcastle. In the 23-24 campaign, Newcastle played PSG. He started and pocketed Mbappe, on of the best in the world. Jamal Lascelles was signed for 7 million. This is why Manchester United may have a coaching development problem. Take Pogba. Manchester United couldn't get him playing well, so they released him, just to buy him back from Juventus for 89 million. He then left the club 3 years later on a free, just because their coaches can't develop players. Finally, you have explanation 3, the manager. Manchester's managers have a lot of power in the transfer side of it. Most clubs have a director of football. Their job is to scout players and decide who to sign and for how much. They are experienced in the subject and know what they're doing. Manchester United does not have one of their, meaning managers such as Ten Hag decide who to sign. Most managers will be less experienced in the details of signing a player and the fees involved, as well as the scouting. This all means they end up signing players that are good in a certain system, but not how Manchester United want to play. For example, Casemiro, a great defensive wall, sitting just in front of the defense at Real Madrid. Ten Hag, the manager, bought him for £70 million. Bear in mind he's a player at the end of his career, only getting worse. Ten Hag was also building a team to play out from the back, as his current players weren't capable. So he signed a brick wall. This is just one of many disaster signings that a director of football wouldn't have made.